my flow, my show brought me the dough that bought me all my fancy things, my crib, my cars, my clothes, my jewels. Look, homie, I done came up and I ain't changing. You should love it way more than you hate it. Oh, you mad? I thought that you'd be happy I made it.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, where's my brethren all around the world watching this video? I hope you're having a great day today as tuning in. Now, please do yourself a damn favor and hit that subscribe button, and surely you will not be disappointed. Now, to my left, we got my pops. He's here with the people. Forget, to hell with me. To hell with me. Y'all don't even like me. Y'all like him. So, he's here in the flesh. And we came here to talk about, I mean, right now, at the time we're shooting this video, it's not yet the week of the fight, but we're talking about the World Boxing Super Series, because there's two very, very important fights in the World Boxing Super Series semi-final. So I wanted to just talk to you about them. We'll start off with Regis Prograis. He's taking on Kyle Relic, WBA champion. I know you're very high on Regis Prograis. I'm not sure how much you know about Kyle Relic, but
I don't know much about him, but I'm high on Prograis. I think that people underestimate him, and I think that he's one of the toughest guys that you be tough to beat in his weight class.
Do you feel like Prograis is maybe like underrated by as far as the American fighters go?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he's not really as big as he should be. I mean, that guy is all heart, and he's always. I think he's rated #1 according to what he was.
Yeah, he's the favorite to win the tournament by a lot of people.
So I mean, for him, I think when I was reading a few months ago, before he went to the World Boxing Series, he was saying that he wanted to go there just to show people that he can actually beat the top talent, and not only just the top talent, but also the top talent, but also let everybody know that when he comes back to after that he's still going to rule his division, and nobody's going to take that from him.
Absolutely. Now, he's fighting a guy in Relic who's a very good fighter, a skillful fighter. He beat I believe he beat Rancis Bartholomew to win this title.
Wow.
And he beat Edward Troyanovsky. So he's been in there with some solid guys.
Right.
You know, he's trained with a South Florida boxing legend, so to speak, and Chico Rivas, that's his trainer. Okay. Guy's kind of a hard ass. You know, the guy's a police officer. The guy's a freaking Army or Marine guy,
right.
And he's a boxing coach.
Wow.
So, you know, he's just a hard ass all around. So, you know, Kyle Relic's not to come to lay down, because you just know his, you know, if you know anything about his trainer, you know that he won't come to lay down.
Discipline and hardcore.
Yeah. So it should be. You know, I'm looking forward to this fight because Relic is awkward. He punches from weird angles sometimes. And Prograis, I think this would be a good test of Prograis. Like we're gonna really find out about how good Regis Prograis actually is.
Yeah.
You know, because to be fair, like even though I know he's looked good,
hasn't really fought
his best wins were against guys who I'm not gonna say they're not bums. Like Julius Ndongo and Terry Flanagan aren't bums,
right? But
they're not the kind of guys. They're not the kind of level that I think Regis Prograis needs to test them. I think Relic is right at that level that could really test Regis Prograis. So if he comes out to this fight and looks sensational, then I'm gonna be really impressed, because Relic is a fantastic fighter. He's a really good.
I mean, some stuff. That's what every competition's all about. To see who can knock down the big dog, or who can be tested on their abilities and what they've done in boxing. And I mean, like you said, Prograis is a good fighter, but he hasn't really. He fought and he tested the waters, but he hasn't really been tested by a true competitor as more or less the same level, same as the people that are the boxers that are in the World Boxing Series, also high level class guys.
I'll say this: if he gets to this fight and he hasn't been tested yet, he's 1,000% getting tested in the final, for sure.
Wow.
No matter who wins the other fight, that's what we're going to transition to the next other fight. Right. Because you got Josh Taylor, who I think will win the tournament. I'm just going to go on record and say that right now. I think he'll win the tournament. Right. And you got Ivan the Beast Baranchek. And to me, this is probably one of the most intriguing matchups of the whole tournament so far. Yeah. Because when we talk about Josh Taylor, we're talking about a long, rangy, skillful boxer, puncher, who, by the way, even though he's very tall for the weight, he makes the weight comfortably, so he's strong. He's not, you know, really fatigued or anything like that.
And it was unfortunate when he got injured. That when he was in the competition, when he got injured and had to start, and he couldn't continue on continue. But he's come back, and he's hungry, and he wants to prove everybody wrong. And I think that's the fight that you always told me you wanted to see him in. Even before the World Boxing, you always told me Taylor and Prograis.
Oh, that's the final I'm hoping for. Yeah. But this one right here is pretty good because You know, Ivan Baranchyk, you know, I know you might not be familiar with Ivan Baranchyk, but I've been watching Ivan Baranchyk for a couple of years now. He was on Showbox a lot.
Okay.
He picked up some good wins in his career. I believe he fought not a basketball player, but he fought a cruiserweight by the name of Isaiah Thomas.
Okay.
Who was from Detroit, by the way.
Wow. That's crazy.
You know, Isaiah Thomas was a promising prospect. He beat him, I believe. I believe it was Baranchyk that beat him. But regardless, he was scoring these big knockouts on Showbox. You know, he fought Peter Petrov, who was a former world title challenger, and he's one of the most explosive punchers in boxing. And what's good is like when he was on that little run on Showbox, he hooked up with Pedro Diaz, who's a pretty solid trainer, and Pedro Diaz is one of those Cuban trainers that he taught him how to move a little bit.
Okay.
And so he's been employing more movement in his skill set. And it's been helping him, you know, set up those punches more.
Right.
So his movements really get tested because you're fighting a guy who's good at controlling range in Josh Taylor, a guy who can punch with both hands in Josh Taylor. And, you know, I think one thing Josh Taylor has over everybody in this tournament is that the opposition he's fought coming in, you know,
so his resume.
He was matched with a decent prospect early in his career. With O'Hara Davies schooled him.
Wow.
You know, fought what's his name, Vasquez. I can't remember his first name, but Vasquez became I think it's Miguel Vasquez, became the first man to stop Miguel Vasquez.
Wow.
Very durable fighter. And then he fought former world champion Victor Postal.
Ooh.
I think he stopped him or he beat him. Stopped him. And then in the first round of this tournament, he fought Ryan Martin, who, you know, I'll be honest, Ryan Martin I thought was a bit overrated by a lot of the American boxing media here, but he's still a solid undefeated fighter. And he made easy work of him. So he's fought good opposition, Josh Taylor, and he's my pick for the tournament. And I really I'm hoping he comes to this. But I'm telling you right now, you know, if Baranchyk is able to get past the jab or the range of Josh Taylor, Taylor can be in some serious trouble because Baranchyk can really punch. He can really punch. I wouldn't even go as far as to say that he's probably the best puncher of the 4 guys up in the tournament.
And he's got more power.
He's definitely got. He's out of the 4 guys left in the tournament. He has the best punching power, no doubt about it.
So
the only thing with him is, if you go back and watch some of his fights, is if sometimes he can like he's a classic puncher in the sense that if you can take his shots, he gets discouraged. And I don't want to say he runs out of ideas because he's a skilled fighter, but he gets discouraged. You know. Because I remember when he fought Peter Petrov, a guy who was way better, like he was better than him. He was destroying him like 4 rounds, 4 rounds, 5 rounds.
Wow,
but then all of a sudden, Peter Petrov was eating the shots. He was surviving. You can kind of see.
Came back.
Yeah, and sometimes he's shown a tendency to fade in the middle to later round. So that'll be something to watch out for.
So he falls asleep.
Yeah, I think Josh Taylor will not. I don't see Josh Taylor being engaging with him early on. I see Josh Taylor like boxing from the outside, moving, and then as he gets to the middle rounds, then I'll see him work more mid-range and walk him down.
He'll work him down. So yeah, those are big 2 good fights. Like I said, I want Prograis to continue. I mean, he's done a lot for his state in Louisiana. He's
bringing boxing in Louisiana.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm big on him and Josh Taylor. You know, anything behind Taylor. You know, I gotta go.
Anything with Taylor, you know, us Taylor guys stick together. There's only 2 Taylors. There's only 3 Taylors in boxing that matter, or 4, I should say.
Yeah.
Brendan, Nelson, Emmanuel, and Josh.
Nobody. That's all you need to know. So yeah, that and like my son said, the other 2 fighters. What was it?
Baranchyk. Baranchyk. Yep.
I mean, he's tough, and I mean, any of these fighters you gotta respect because they're in this competition for a reason.
Yeah.
And you know that when they go in, there's gonna be a dog fight for whoever gets in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I mean. So the biggest dog with the biggest bite, not the loudest bark, but the biggest bite will win this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm still got my fingers crossed. I want that Taylor versus Prograis final. That's one of the best fights we made in boxing.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you, who you got in that fight?
Oh man, I like them both.
You seem to like Prograis a little more.
Yeah,
when I talk to you,
I don't know why. I just like him more. I see. Well, I think a lot, and it's crazy I say this, but Prograis is my like an outdoor guy, and every time you see him do his, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's at the gym and everything, but everything he does is always on the outdoors. And
he's an active guy.
Nature, and he's a freak of nature, and I like that. I like his training. I like his training habits, and that's not taking away nothing from Josh Taylor because he's a great fighter also.
Yeah, I like. Well, I'll say this about Prograis. I like his mentality, like, cause you know, a lot of times I'll be honest, man. Like I try to get behind our American fighters, but sometimes they make it really hard because they can come off as a bit entitled and divas.
Like you owe them something.
Like they're old something, and like they'll be fucking prospects with 15 wins, and they're talking like they're champions and they're A side. But Prograis, I don't see that. I see a guy who wants to be great, who is striving to be great, who believes in himself, and who wants to prove himself against the best opposition.
Humble, very humble. And
I like what he's doing in Louisiana for boxing. You know, being a pillar to the community out there.
Trying to bring it out. So,
and just you know, so win, lose or draw. I'm a fan of Prograis. I like what he's doing for boxing in Louisiana.
But Josh Taylor's your guy.
But Josh Taylor's my guy. The first time I saw Josh Taylor fight, I can remember. I don't remember who he fought, but I remember he fought on the undercard of James DeGale versus Badou Jack.
Do you think he's the most skilled out of all four fighters? No doubt about it. Skill-wise, not power-wise.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. To me, he's the most balanced fighter out of everybody. He's got the best boxing skills. He's got the best. I don't want to say power, but you know, he's the most well-rounded fighter. And the thing is, it's not just that he's been tested. He's been in big fights already.
He's been thrown in the fire and he's come through.
The Victor Posto fight. Once he won that fight, I'm like, this guy's the real deal.
Wow.
Because he went in there and he beat Victor Posto more convincing than probably anybody I've seen.
Denise Estrada, and you're watching True School Sports.
All right, thank you.